Hi and welcome to Ensamble, a character learning tool for LARPs. This is the organizer's tutorial and it builds on what I said in the player tutorial. If you haven't watched that, please follow this link and come back later. But since you're still here, I suppose you've seen that and I continue. And I will start with the information resources available on the home page. First, we wanted to point out that we support larpfund. larpfund subsidizes tickets for players that can't afford them themselves. And you as an organizer can apply to larpfund to have some tickets subsidized. 25% of our proceeds go to larpfund. Proceeds, yes, because there is a price attached to using Ensemble, and that is 10 kroner or $1 or €1 per character. And this is to cover our expenses, but also a symbolic sum. You can see that since we don't care for exchange rates. It's there to make sure that the organizers take this seriously and don't use Ensemble because it's free anyway as a default. We have found that Ensemble is most effective when the organizers have assigned someone to be responsible for using Ensemble and implementing that into the LARP, and also being responsible for communicating this to the players and reminding them. So, how do you get to use Ensemble? First of all, you as an organizer contacts us a few months before the LARP. You can use email or Facebook. And you say that you want to use Ensemble. We'll discuss with you and see what you need and the number of slots you need and what customizations are required. We will help you set up Ensemble as a project that fits your LARP as well as you can. Though it's advertised as a tool, it's very much a service because you will have hands-on help and support throughout. The project will stay open for 6 months. So you have a couple of months before the LARP, but also time after the LARP for the players to download booklets and cards that they want to keep as a memory before we delete the project for integrity reasons. If you have an ongoing campaign or a recurring LARP, talk to us and we will find some solution so Ensemble can stay available for the time required for your project. When you're done customizing and want to let the players take a look and use Ensemble, you send them a link. This link brings them to the player area of Ensemble and they can see your instructions and they can start filling out their characters. Actually, if you as the organizer has written all the characters, then you can lock down many fields and just leave the players to add their picture. Or for bigger LARPs maybe, the players fill out their own characters and present them to each other, and then you leave most fields open. And of course you can do something in between, where leaving some fields open and some locked down. And then finally, the players get access to the 3 tools, a booklet, the cards, and the online view. But this is covered in the presentation for the players. So I'll just continue on. On the home page, you have a video, which is this short presentation, and there's a link to demo project. If we just peek in here, we see this is a demo project with 5 characters. Here is the picture from the LARP and some introductory text, and then 5 characters. And this is just for you as an organizer to take a peek and see what it would look like when the characters are filled out. You can't change anything, even if you click on edit, everything is locked down because this is just a demonstration. So let's head back to the home page, and at the bottom of the home page we have contact information you can use to contact us. It's info@ensemble.nu or on Facebook. I want to add also that besides the demo environment, there's also a trial environment that you can get a link to if you ask nicely, and you can head in there and start changing things and trying out Ensemble. So you just contact us as an organizer and we can help you out with that. So let's go to a project and see what that looks like. At the top, you can write your name on the LARP and some kind of tagline. And then you have project intro. This is a really big field. As you can see, it's 1,000 characters long, and you can write all kinds of things here, like a welcome text to the players, some instructions for them. You can be very open, like just tell them to knock themselves out, have some fun, or you can be very specific with instructions how and when to fill out the forms and present the characters. Then there's the icon. This is a picture you can upload that will differentiate the cards from different LARPs from each other. And then there is a link that you send to the players when your LARP project is ready to be presented to them, and they can start fill out the characters. And you just copy this link to the clipboard. They can send an email or post it on Facebook. But that link doesn't give them access to this area, but only to the player area. Before I head on, I want to show you how to navigate Ensemble. There's a page instruction on every page. If you forget what I've told you in this film, or you want to read up on some tips and tricks, there's a link to this tutorial actually. Then there are 3 pages for you as an organizer to use. Edit questions is this one, when you actually customize Ensemble according to your needs. There's assign players. That's a list of all the players and what characters they will play. And it also controls what characters can be seen by the players. I come back to that later. And there's the edit characters. And this is a quick way to edit many characters in a row. And it's a bit different from what the players have access to. To player area, it's just your opportunity to see what looks like on the other side for the players. So this is what the players see and what fields they have access to, what the pages. But this link doesn't exist for them. But Ensemble remembers that once you've been in an admin area, then you're an admin and always have the opportunity to head back. So we're back and can look at different parts of the organizer area. Actually, let's start with assign players. This is quite a simple page where you have control of what characters are available for the players to edit. There's a reason behind that, and that as an organizer you might have a lot of different characters or roles available for players, but you don't want them to be seen before the players actually have confirmed that they will attend. We don't want players to go into Ensemble and start presenting their characters to the other players and start building relationships and so on, and then just cancel, never paid, never actually planned to attend. So you only write their name in the player name area when you know they will be attending, when they have paid or confirmed. Or if a player just contacts you and say, yeah, I want to pay for 3 tickets when we are going to play a theater group, you can just write like this, and you can do it like this, and then send that player link and say there are 3 characters, and you can fill out the information about them. And now these 3 fields are open and not invisible anymore for the players. But as long as a field is completely empty, the players can't see this. So at this moment there are only 10 characters in the player side of this project. If you know some person will play, for example Sayer, but you don't know who that will be, you can write like this, or just to have some kind of mark. As soon as it's not empty anymore, it's visible to the players. And you can edit all the characters from here. and no field is locked to you, so you can change anything, though it's maybe locked for the players. So now we can head over. I should save first, and we can head over to the edit questions. And this is where you customize things. So the first 4 fields here are mandatory. They're always included in an Ensemble project and they can't be removed. This field can be changed, so if you don't want it to be called character name, you can write U, or you can write something else in your own language if you don't want to use Ensemble in English. And then you can write some information here for the players, some instructions on how to fill out this field. And if you see here, actually this information can be about 500 character long, though the name field is only about 100 characters, because that's going on the card. The character name is also included in the card, and a short description, and those 3 are the main fields on the card. Player name is included in the booklet and online, and in this case it's locked. We locked it down, so the players can't change that. They have to contact you. Then we have contact details. That's a field that's always included in the Ensemble project, but you can remove it by clicking the X. And then you get a warning. And the rest of the fields here are not always included, but can be added or removed by you. Then we have 3 color fields. These are going on the card as well. You can have more color fields, but only the first 3 ones are included in the card. And the color fields work like this. You see at the right, there are different options. It's a drop-down menu. The players just choose the one that's applicable for their character, and the corresponding color pops up. And here you can write instructions to the players how to fill out this color field, what considerations they should have. As I told you in the player tutorial, there's this thing with a 1 at the end. That's just a trick to make it more easy for the players to search. In a bigger LARP, let's say 150 players, maybe some players are not interested in learning about all other characters, like the hotel staff. They only want to learn about the other staff members. And if they write staff in a search area, then they will get all characters that have some kind of reference to the word staff, like the managers or people that have a bad experience from recent trips with the staff, or know someone in the staff, or so on. So then you just write a 1 at the end of staff in this color field, and the players searching for the staff can write staff 1 and only get the others, or the staff members. As you see, we haven't done this here. Of course, we could do it the same and just write 1 and a 1 and so on. And then there are some things at the bottom here. Save should always be when something has been changed, like we added these ones, we should save this. And we can also add new questions, because there are so many different things you can do with Ensemble. I'll quickly go through this. Text line means there is no line break. It's just one continuous line of 100 characters. Then you can have a big paragraph, 500 or 1,000 characters. And then there's a single choice or multi-choice. If you want to make a single choice with many different options, a drop-down is easier to handle. There are color fields. You can have additional color fields, or you can have an additional image. But all of these are only included in the booklet and the online view, not on the card. Additional image, I would just want to point out the reason we have the possibility, because that's not on the card. There's already a picture included on the card that you saw earlier. Why have a second picture? Well, maybe you're doing a LARP for werewolves and you want the players to have possibility to upload a picture of their werewolf persona what they will look when they have transformed. Or if many people will have armor or masks, then you maybe want to give them possibility to upload a picture when they have their helmet on, or have this mask, this gas mask, or something that is maybe personally distinguishable, but still a different picture from the face picture on the card. Or you can have a heraldic weapon here, if there is a coat of arms that some characters have, that you want to have be recognizable for the other players. But in this example, just let's add a color like this. It goes on the bottom of the page, and you can grab it and put it further up or down. If you have it higher up, then remember only the 3 first color fields are included. So right now, this one named faction is not included. And here you can write information how to fill this out, this color faction field, and then you choose the different factions and colors here. And I can scroll down to show you there's quite many, I think it's 20 colors, and remove the word label and write in something else like navy, and green might be rangers, blue might be angels or whatnot. And if you want it easier to search, then you should add this one at the end, or some other character that makes it easier to distinguish from a normal search. So this is how you add different questions, and there's actually no end to how many you can add. So we have different options. You can have, of course, more than 2. You can have 5 or 6 options. And paragraph like this with some, you can have a short or long paragraph, and you can write instructions what this paragraph should be about. I want to point out one thing. On one LARP, we use this field to write very specific instructions for the players. Because on the name field, the people wrote the name of their character and their military rank. And we wanted the short description to look similar for all characters. So we wrote that in the first line of the short description, they should have their nickname. On the second line, they should only have the military unit they belong to and the subunit. And then on the third line and on, they could write about the characters and present it to the other players. And this way it was very easy to see the nicknames of players and what unit they belong to, without having to read through all the presentations of the characters. So you can be quite specific in these instructions. And also as an organizer, you can go in and change it if someone doesn't follow these guidelines. So this is how you set up and customize this project. And if you have any problems, you just contact us and we will help you out. So you're not left fending for yourself, but we will help you to customize this in a way that this fits your LARP the best. So finally, if we check out edit characters, this is a page where you can quickly change many characters. Let's say, for example, that you think that Albert should not be called Albert anymore for some reason, then you can just search Albert. And since it's highlighted everywhere this name appears, you can then quickly change it to the new name and then just go to the next character and change it and so on. You don't have to, as a player, have to click an edit button to go to the character, which is much, much slower. If they should do the same, they must click this. And then they have a page for just a character, make changes, and then go back here, and then go to the next one. So there's a few additional clicks per character. And we realized that an organizer might need to change a couple of characters quickly. So you have this edit character page available for you. Remember, this filtering we did is on while we change page. So you might want to, show all characters so you don't forget that and think there's only 6 characters in this project, because there's not. As you can see, faction have appeared. We can click that and get, remember, Navy, Rangers, pick the Rangers and save. Yep, there we are. Rangers are green. And there's a single choice with no options. It's just option 1 and 2, but of course we could have changed this to have some meaning. And there's a paragraph that with no information right now, but the players can add some information if they want to. So this is what Ensemble looks like and how you use it. If you have any questions, of course, as I said before, contact us. I'm here to help you. Our goal of Ensemble is to make LARPs better, to let the players have this amazing feeling of knowing everyone in the LARP from the get-go. Because I can't overstate that. To go through a village with 50, 70 people and being able to call out anyone, ask anyone, do you know where your sister is? Oh, I saw your mother earlier, or answer and play with anyone because you know actually who they are and where they belong. Yeah, that's something special. And being able to do that from the get-go of the LARP, that's an amazing feeling. So thank you very much for watching this long organized tutorial, and good luck. Thank you.